The cream-colored envelope sits on my kitchen counter like an elegant bomb. Morning light spills across the handcrafted paper, illuminating the gold calligraphy that announces my parents' 47th wedding anniversary celebration. My fingers trace the date circled in gold, the 8th of September. My birthday. Again. Gatsby stretches on the windowsill, his ancient feline body arching toward the sunshine. His amber eyes blink slowly as I scan my empty mantle. Not a single birthday card, not one. "What do you think, old friend? Another year of invisibility?" I whisper. The phone rings, splitting the quiet. Mother's name flashes on the screen. I take a breath before answering. "Good morning, Mother." "Clarissa, have you started on the anniversary speech yet?" Her voice carries that crisp, no-nonsense tone she reserves for matters of supreme importance. No greeting, no pleasantries. "I've been outlining some thoughts." I lie, staring at the blank notepad beside me. "Well, don't wait until the last minute. You know how these things go." A pause. The country club needs final head counts by Friday. I wait for it some acknowledgement, however small, that the date holds significance beyond their anniversary. The silence stretches. "Clarissa, are you there?" "Yes, I'm here. Always waiting. I was just looking at the invitation. The 8th is—" "You've done this for 13 years now, dear," she interrupts. "Don't make this difficult." My gaze drifts to my desk where my manuscript sits. Unclaimed Years stares back at me, the title a quiet accusation against the family that taught me to disappear. "Mother, I was simply going to mention that the 8th is—" "Your father and I are counting on you," she continues, as if I hadn't spoken. "The governor's wife will be there this year. Everything must be perfect." Perfect. Her favorite word. The standard to which everything in her world must adhere, especially her children. Dean with his surgical practice, and perfect sons. Yvonne with her architectural firm and perfect husband. And then there's me, the eldest, the English teacher turned writer, the imperfect one. "Clarissa?" "I'll work on it this week," I say, the words tasting like surrender. "Wonderful. I knew you'd understand." Her voice brightens, mission accomplished. "Oh, and wear that forest green dress from last Christmas. It hides your middle quite nicely." The memory surfaces before I can stop at last year's anniversary celebration. The country club dining room is draped in white orchids. Me, standing at the podium, delivering a speech about enduring love, while my own birthday candles remained unlit. Ren, my beautiful 21-year-old daughter, tugging my sleeve afterward. "Mom, it's your birthday too. Shouldn't we sing for you?" Mother overheard, her smile tightening. "This is about your grandparents' marriage, not birthdays." Ren's confused expression. My practiced smile. "I need to go, Mother," I say now, my hand trembling around the phone. "Don't forget." The speech. I know. The call ends. I set the phone down and place both palms flat against the cool countertop, steadying myself. My laptop sits open, the manuscript nearly complete. 13 years of speeches celebrating their marriage while my birthdays vanished. 13 years of showing up, being dutiful, remaining invisible. The front door opens, followed by the thud of a backpack hitting the floor. "Mom, you home?" Ren's voice fills the house with light. In the kitchen, I call back, quickly wiping my eyes. She appears in the doorway, tall and confident in a way I never was at her age. Her dark hair so like mine before the silver streaks claimed it falls in waves past her shoulders. "I was thinking we could grab lunch at Myrtle's," she says, kissing my cheek. "My treat." "What's the occasion?" Her face goes blank for a moment. No reason, just hungry. The realization cuts deeper than it should. Even Ren has forgotten. I've trained everyone so well. "Sure, sweetheart, let me grab my purse." She notices the envelope on the counter. "Grandma and Grandpa's anniversary invitation?" I nod. "Same day as your birthday." Again, her brow furrows. "Don't they ever notice?" The question hangs between us. Something shifts in my chest, not the familiar accommodation, but something hotter, less manageable. They notice, I say quietly. They just don't care. Ren's eyes widen at my uncharacteristic honesty. I move toward my study, beckoning her to follow. There's something I need to show you. I pull the photo album from my bottom desk drawer. Decades of evidence. Birthday parties canceled for Dean's baseball games. My college graduation was overshadowed by Yvonne's surprise engagement announcement. My wedding day, when father gave a toast about hoping Clarissa will finally find her purpose. Ren flips through the pages, her expression transforming from confusion to anger. They've trained all of us to forget you, haven't they? She whispers, looking up at me with horrified understanding. I don't answer. I don't need to. Instead, I open my laptop and turn the screen toward her. This is what I've been writing. It's called Unclaimed Years. My finger hovers over the dedication page. To the ones who taught me that being invisible doesn't mean you don't exist. For the first time in 46 years, I feel seen. The next morning, the phone rings at 7:15 a.m., jerking me from sleep. Dean's name flashes on the screen, an unusual occurrence this early. My brother calls precisely 3 times a year: Christmas, Mother's birthday, and when he needs something. What did you say to Mom? His voice hammers through the line without greeting. She called me in tears last night. I sit up in bed, Gatsby shifting with annoyance at the disturbance. Good morning to you too, Dean. Cut the crap, Clarissa. She said you refused to write the anniversary speech. The sun slants through my blinds, painting stripes across the rumpled bedding. I hadn't actually refused, not yet, but Mother's talent for preemptive strikes remains unmatched. I never said that. My voice comes out steadier than I feel. Then what's the problem? You've done it for 13 years running. Why start trouble now? 13 years. The number hangs between us like an indictment. 13 birthdays erased. Have you looked at the calendar lately, Dean? Do you know what the 8th of September is? A pause. The sound of papers shuffling. Tuesday? My birthday. The words fall into silence. Another pause, longer this time. Well, sure, but what does that? My phone buzzes with an incoming text. Yvonne, right on cue. Don't be difficult, just write the speech like always. Dean, I need to go. Tell Mom I'll call her later. Clarissa, don't hang. I end the call and open Yvonne's text. My sister, 3,000 miles away in San Francisco, still functioning as Mother's perfect lieutenant. Below her first message appears another. It's just a birthday. You'll have another one next year. The voicemail notification appears as I'm contemplating a response. Father's voice unusually tense. Your mother needs this celebration to be perfect, Clarissa. The governor's wife is coming. Call your mother. Not one mention of my birthday. Not one. Later that day, the attic stairs creak under our weight. Ren leads the way, a flashlight beam bobbing across dusty cardboard boxes. Are you sure about this, Mom? She sounds uncertain, stepping carefully around a stack of Christmas decorations. I need to know if I'm crazy, I whisper, if I've been imagining this all these years. We find the storage bins marked Family Records tucked beneath the eaves. Inside, manila folders are organized by year, Mother's impeccable system working against her for once. Start with my 16th birthday, I suggest, settling cross-legged on the plywood floor. Ren pulls the 1995 folder, flipping through papers until she freezes. Mom. She hands me a bundle secured with a faded ribbon. Birthday cards from grandparents, aunts, cousin Saul addressed to me. All still sealed, all dated around my 16th birthday. I never saw these, I whisper, running my finger over my grandmother's handwriting. She sent me $20 every birthday until she died. I thought she'd stopped caring. Ren pulls another folder, then another. More cards, letters, invitations. What's this? She holds up an ornate invitation to a writing award ceremony from my senior year of high school. The envelope addressed to me had been sliced open, the contents removed, then carefully resealed. I was nominated for a state writing prize. They said they sent the invitation, but it never came. My throat tightens. I missed the ceremony. Mother said these things were just participation trophies anyway. Another folder yields my childhood diaries, each page documenting small erasures. Birthday parties rescheduled for Dean's baseball games. Christmas mornings when my wish lists were misplaced. Awards dinners my parents skipped. This wasn't accidental, Ren says, her voice hollow. This was systematic. I finished, the word tasting like metal. They systematically made me invisible. 15 minutes later, the bathroom mirror reflects a stranger. A woman with silver-streaked hair and eyes that have seen too much. I lean forward, hands gripping the porcelain sink. I will not be giving a speech this year. The words hang in the steamy air. 5 practice attempts and my voice still trembles. I will not be giving a speech this year. Stronger now. My phone buzzes from the counter. Dean's wife, Vanessa. We need to talk. I stare at the message, then type back. Come over at 4, we'll have tea. For the first time in my life, I don't append an apology. In the living room, I place my manuscript prominently on the coffee table between 2 teacups. Unclaimed years, faces upward, impossible to miss. No more hiding. My phone pings with a message from Sasha, my publisher. The editorial board wants to move up your release date. Your story needs to be heard. Another text from Martha next door, 92 and sharper than most 60-year-olds. Bringing over shortbread. Some stories take courage to tell. I have my own family. A calendar notification from my writing group. Surprise gathering tonight. Bring only yourself. These people see me. These people have always seen me. My laptop sits open on the kitchen counter, a blank email addressed to my entire family. I type slowly, deliberately. I will not be attending the anniversary this year. My finger hovers over the send button. In the doorway, Ren watches, her expression a mixture of anxiety and pride. I add a final line. My memoir, Unclaimed Years, a daughter's memoir of being overlooked, will be published next week. Send. I power off my phone as notifications begin flooding in. The silence feels like victory. Ren crosses the room and squeezes my hand. I'm proud of you, Mom. For the first time in 46 years, the words register not as platitude but as truth. I am becoming someone to be proud of, someone who refuses to disappear. Next week, my writing studio smells of lemon oil and old paper. Morning sunlight filters through Venetian blinds, casting prison bar shadows across 4 decades of journals stacked on my oak desk. I run my fingers along their spines, leather for my teens, blue canvas for my 20s, practical black for my 30s, a rainbow-colored chronicle of invisibility. Ren sits cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by open journals, her face a map of emotions as she turns each page. Mom, I had no idea. Her voice catches. It's all here, every single time. I nod, unable to speak. 38 years of meticulous documentation spread before us like evidence at a crime scene. She holds up a faded Lisa Frank diary, its unicorn cover incongruously bright against the weight of its contents. You were 8. She reads aloud. Today is my birthday. Mom and Dad forgot to pick me up from school. Mrs. Abernathy had to call them 3 times. When they came, Mom said they were busy planning Dean's baseball party next month. The memory crashes through me, standing alone on the school steps, the hollow feeling in my chest as darkness fell, Mrs. Abernathy's pitying glance. Keep reading, I whisper. Ren flips forward. Christmas 1985. Everyone got wrapped presents. Mine were in plastic bags from the Gas and Go. Mom said she ran out of time. She looks up. You were 13. I take a leather journal from the desk, opening to a dog-eared page. This one matters. The handwriting is smaller, more controlled. High school graduation today. They left after I received my diploma. Dad said they couldn't miss Dean's regional baseball game. My name wasn't even spelled correctly in the program Clarice instead of Clarissa, but no one noticed. Ren closes the unicorn diary, her knuckles white. How did you survive this? By disappearing. I pull the oldest journal from the bottom of the stack. I learned early. Look at this entry from when I was 6. If I'm very quiet and help in the kitchen, Mom smiles at me. The doorbell rings, startling us both. I check my watch 10:17 a.m. That'll be the cavalry, Ren says with a grim smile. Through the peephole I see them, mother perfectly coiffed in pale blue linen, father uncomfortable in his Sunday blazer despite the heat, Dean arms crossed over his chest, Vanessa, my brother's wife, hovering uncertainly behind them. My pulse thunders in my ears. I straighten my shoulders and open the door. Clarissa Jean. Mother's voice breaks on my middle name. Her eyes are red, rimmed, makeup impeccable despite the tears. How could you embarrass us like this? I step back, allowing them into my living room without responding. The manuscript of Unclaimed Years sits prominently on the coffee table between us. Mother's gaze falls on it as if it were a loaded gun. This has gone far enough, Dean says. His voice carries the same authoritative tone he uses with his surgical residents. You need to cancel this book right now. Father remains silent, his eyes taking in the framed book cover mock-up Sasha had sent over yesterday. Did you even read what I sent you? I ask quietly. I didn't need to read past the first page, Mother snaps. Airing family laundry for strangers to gawk at? What would Grandmother Harrington say? She'd probably ask why you scheduled your anniversary party on my birthday. Again. The words slide out, smooth as river stones. Dean's face flushes. For God's sake, Clarissa, it's just a day on the calendar. 46 days, 46 birthdays, 13 consecutive anniversaries. Mother presses a tissue to her lips. We're not monsters, Clarissa. We didn't realize. You knew. My voice doesn't rise, but something in its certainty makes them all fall silent. I've been silent for 46 years. I won't be silent anymore. The doorbell rings again. Ren answers it, ushering in Martha from next door, carrying a basket covered with a checkered cloth. Brought you some sourdough, dear. Martha's voice carries clearly as she sizes up my family. At 82, she's long past caring what anyone thinks. Figured you might need sustenance for the battle. Vanessa shifts uncomfortably. Clarissa, perhaps we could discuss this privately. No. The word emerges stronger than I expected. I've had enough privacy, enough silence. I pick up the manuscript, feeling its weight both physical and symbolic. Let me read you something. No one moves, no one breathes. The 10th anniversary celebration fell on my 36th birthday. I stood in Mother's kitchen for 6 hours, dicing vegetables and arranging canapes while fighting waves of nausea. My temperature had climbed to 102 degrees, but I'd promised to help. More importantly, I'd promised to give the speech. Mother's hand flies to her throat. Father looks away. I delivered the toast to their enduring love with sweat soaking my back. My voice didn't waver. No one noticed when I disappeared to the country club bathroom afterward and collapsed against the cool marble floor. No one came looking for me for over an hour. I didn't know you were sick, Mother whispers. You didn't ask. I closed the manuscript. I began writing this book that night, typing with shaking hands on my phone while lying on that bathroom floor. Dean steps forward, hands open in what looks like surrender. Look, we can fix this. We'll acknowledge your birthday at the anniversary this year. We'll sing and have a cake. A laugh escapes me short, sharp, devoid of humor. I don't want a cake, Dean. I want acknowledgement of what happened. Not just to me, but through me to Ren, who learned that women's celebrations come second. To Vanessa, who watches how you treat me and wonders where she stands. To every friend who noticed the pattern I was trained not to see. Vanessa's eyes meet mine, something like recognition flashing between us. Stand your ground, dear. Martha's quiet voice carries from the kitchen doorway. Mother rises, gathering her purse. I can't listen to this. It's cruel and unfair. Life is unfair, Mother. Ask your invisible daughter. They file out one by one, Mother first, Dean close behind. Father lingers, his hand on the doorknob. Trey, Mother calls sharply from the driveway. He turns, really looking at me, perhaps for the first time. I'm sorry, he says simply, then closes the door behind him. The house falls silent. Martha squeezes my shoulder before letting herself out the back door, leaving the bread behind. Ren comes to stand beside me, surveying the abandoned battlefield of my living room. What happens now? I pick up my phone, scrolling to Sasha's number. Now we make sure the book comes out on my birthday. The manuscript catches the midday light, its title embossed in silver against cream paper: Unclaimed Years. No longer hidden, no longer silent. My voice finally heard. 2 days later, the manila envelope from Sasha sits open on my desk, advanced copies of my memoir peeking out like evidence at a trial. The morning sun catches the embossed title, Unclaimed Years. My fingers trace the raised letters, still not quite believing this moment is real. My phone buzzes. Lorraine's name flashes on the screen for the 7th time this morning. I silence it and turn it face down. You don't have to answer, Ren says, setting a mug of Earl Grey beside me. You don't owe them explanations anymore. The radio plays softly in the background, the local station where I'm scheduled to appear tomorrow. The host's earlier words still ring in my ears. Joining us will be Clarissa Bellamy, discussing emotional neglect in so-called respectable families. Respectable, the word my mother hides behind like armor. The doorbell rings. Ren glances through the front window and sighs. Grandma's here with photo albums? Right on schedule, I mutter, straightening my spine. The desperation tour begins. Lorraine stands on my porch, clutching weathered photo albums to her chest, her pearl necklace perfectly centered as always. Her smile tightens when she sees me. Clarissa, darling, I've been calling all morning. I noticed. She falters, then thrusts the albums forward. I found these in the attic. So many wonderful birthday memories I thought we could reminisce over. My laugh comes out sharp enough to cut glass. Birthday memories? That's certainly a creative approach. Don't be difficult, she says, her voice dropping to that warning tone I've heeded my entire life. May I come in? I step aside without answering. Ren catches my eye from the kitchen doorway, gives me a subtle thumbs up. Lorraine spreads the albums on my coffee table, flipping pages with manicured fingernails. Look, your 8th birthday party. Remember the pony rides? I stare at the photo. Dean sits atop a brown pony, grinning widely. I'm barely visible at the edge of the frame, watching. That was Dean's birthday, Mother. Mine was the week before, when you and Father went to Bermuda. Her smile doesn't waver. Are you sure? My goodness, the years blend together. They don't for me. She flips faster through pages. Well, here's your sweet 16 celebration. The dinner Father canceled because of Yvonne's choir concert? We had cake in the car on the way home. Lorraine's fingers pause. For just a moment, something like recognition flickers across her face. Then it's gone, replaced by practiced brightness. Clarissa, about this book of yours. The timing is unfortunate. The governor's wife called to cancel her appearance at our anniversary. People are talking. And there it is, the real reason for this visit. How unfortunate for you. She closes the album with a snap. We thought perhaps we could combine celebrations this year. Acknowledge your birthday during the anniversary toast. The audacity steals my breath. 46 years of invisibility, and now they want to acknowledge my existence because it threatens their social standing. No. No? She blinks rapidly. But Dean and your father agree it's the perfect solution. Perfect for whom exactly? For the family, of course. I lean forward. I haven't been part of the family since I was born, Mother. I've been the audience, the helper, the speechwriter, the silent supporter. But never actually included. That's absurd. Her voice rises. You've always been difficult, always felt sorry for yourself. We gave you everything. Except recognition. Except for the simple dignity of acknowledging my birthday. This is what I mean. She stands, smoothing her skirt, so dramatic over something so trivial. I stand too, power shifting between us like tectonic plates. If it's so trivial, why not move your anniversary party to another day? Just once in 47 years? The question hangs between us. Her lips part, close again. For once, Lorraine Harrington has no ready answer. The doorbell rings again. Ren peeks out. It's Uncle Dean. Perfect timing. Dean barrels in without waiting for an invitation, his surgeon's confidence preceding him. Mom's upset. This has gone far enough, Clarissa. Has it? I ask quietly. Because I've only just begun. The country club is buzzing with gossip. Dad's golf partners are asking questions. How terrible for him. Dean's face reddens. Look, we're willing to make this right. Dad's offering to throw you a proper birthday celebration if you'll reconsider the book release. I walk to my desk and lift a stack of identical envelopes, each bearing a family member's name. These are advance copies of my memoir. I've inscribed each one personally. Dean stares at them like they might explode. I'm not canceling my book, I'm not attending the anniversary, and I'm certainly not accepting a pity birthday party at this late date. You're making a mistake, Lorraine whispers. This book will tear the family apart. I hand them each their envelope. The family was never whole to begin with, Mother, not with me written out of it. They leave in stages, Dean first, slamming the door. Lorraine lingering on the porch, her face a portrait of confusion and anger. When they're gone, Wren wraps her arms around me. You okay? My hands are shaking, but my voice is steady. I've never been better. My phone lights up with a text from Sasha. Local newspaper wants to run a feature on the book. Publication date? I type back a single date, the 8th of September. My birthday, my story, my terms. For the first time in my life, I'm not invisible, and it terrifies them. On my birthday and book publication day, the bookstore hums with anticipation. Standing behind a wooden podium adorned with a modest arrangement of wildflowers, I survey the crowd that fills every chair and spills along the walls. My memoir sits in neat stacks on the table beside me, the cover art simple yet striking, a birthday cake with 46 unlit candles. Unclaimed Years stares back at me in bold serif font, my truth, bound and published. Ready? Sasha whispers, her publisher's instinct sensing my thundering heart. For 46 years, I answer, smoothing my cobalt blue dress chosen deliberately to replace the forest green my mother insisted hid my middle. The bookstore owner steps to the microphone. We're honored to welcome Clarissa Bellamy on this special evening, both her book launch and her birthday. Applause ripples through the room. Birthday. The word hangs in the air, acknowledged and celebrated. My throat tightens. Wren catches my eye from the front row, her smile fierce with pride. Beside her sat Martha from next door, my writing group, former students, neighbors, people who see me. I step to the podium, fingers tracing the manuscript pages I've prepared. The first paragraph blurs before me. Breathe, Clarissa. Thank you all for coming tonight. This book. The bell above the bookstore door jingles. Heads turn. My words falter. Trey Harrington stands in the doorway, my father's tall frame slightly stooped now, his silver hair combed neatly to the side. He clutches a small package wrapped in silver paper. The room falls silent. My prepared speech lies forgotten on the podium. He moves slowly down the center aisle, eyes never leaving mine. Conversations hush. Wren half rises from her seat, protective instincts flaring. I give her a small shake of my head. She sits, watching. My father stops at the edge of the podium. Clarissa, he says, his voice rough with age or emotion, I cannot tell. May I speak? Sasha steps forward, publisher's protectiveness radiating. Mr. Harrington, this is a scheduled event. It's all right, I say, surprising myself. Let him speak. The microphone amplifies his shaky breath as he steps forward. His hand so large in my childhood, memory trembles slightly. I've never been good with words, he begins. That was always your gift. He glances at the book. I haven't read your memoir yet. Lorraine refused to open her copy. Someone in the audience coughs. The air conditioning hums. Every eye watches this unexpected drama unfold. But I know what's in it. He looks down at his polished shoes. 46 birthdays. 46 times we celebrated our anniversary and forgot the day also belonged to you. My phone buzzes in my pocket. Dean, most likely, trying a different angle after his earlier texts failed. Mom's having a breakdown, you need to come. We didn't forget, my father continues, the confession hanging heavy. That's worse, isn't it? We remembered and still chose to make the day about us. The audience sits motionless. This unscripted moment holds them transfixed. I failed to see my daughter for 46 years. The words echo through the speakers, bouncing off book-lined walls. My chest constricts, years of invisible pain suddenly witnessed by a room full of strangers. The door flies open again. Lorraine appears, her perfect appearance slightly disheveled hair escaping its usual lacquered helmet, lipstick slightly smudged. Trey! Her voice carries without need of amplification. What are you doing? She strides down the aisle, designer heels clicking against hardwood. The governor's wife just left our party. 18 people made excuses. Are you satisfied now, Clarissa? The room temperature seems to drop. I see my mother through the eyes of stranger sure dramatic entrance, her concern for appearances rather than connection. I ease the microphone from my father's hands. This is my story to tell. Lorraine's face flushes. Your story? What about our family's privacy? What about what you've done to us? I open my book to a page marked with a yellow sticky note. Finding my voice requires no effort now. My 16th birthday fell on a Tuesday, I read. My parents had flown to Hilton Head for their anniversary weekend. They were supposed to return Monday night. When they hadn't arrived by Tuesday morning, I made my own birthday cake chocolate with vanilla frosting and placed it in the refrigerator before school. I returned to an empty house. At midnight, I put a single candle in my slice and sang to myself. They came home Thursday, having extended their trip. They never mentioned the cake or my birthday. Lorraine's face drains of color. My father's shoulders slump further. I close the book. I'm not reading tonight to punish you. This memoir exists because I finally realized my story matters even when no one else thinks it does. Ren stands now, stepping forward to stand beside me. If you want a relationship with me going forward, I continue, voice steady, there are terms. No more speeches unless you acknowledge years of emotional neglect. No more combined celebrations that erase my birthday. No relationship without therapy and genuine change. Lorraine's perfect mask cracks. For a moment, I glimpse something raw beneath confusion, perhaps, or the dawning horror of seeing yourself clearly for the first time. This isn't how families behave, she whispers. No, I agree, it isn't. My father sets the small silver package on the podium. Happy birthday, Clarissa, he says quietly. The words hang in the air between us simple, commonplace, revolutionary. The audience erupts in applause as my parents retreat down the aisle. Ren's arm circles my waist, strong and steady. You did it, Mom? She whispers. The silver package remains unopened on the podium as I turn back to the audience. The pages of my speech flutter under my fingertips, but I no longer need them. Thank you for coming to celebrate with me tonight, I say. Now, let me tell you about finding your voice when the world has taught you to be silent. A year later, sunlight dapples through the maple trees in my backyard, casting honey-colored patches across the white tablecloth. I adjust a centerpiece of late summer hydrangeas blue, not navy, and step back to admire the scene. My birthday table, set for 12. Mom, where do you want the champagne glasses? Ren balances a tray of flutes that catch the afternoon light, sending prisms dancing across the lawn. By the punch bowl, my voice carries an unfamiliar confidence. A year's worth of speaking my truth has strengthened vocal cords once strained from swallowing words. Gatsby, impossibly ancient now, watches from his cushioned throne beneath the oak tree. His amber eyes track my movements with feline approval. Can you believe it's been a whole year? Ren sets down the tray and stands beside me, her shoulder touching mine. At 22, she towers an inch above me, her posture straight where mine once curved to make myself smaller. I shake my head. Sometimes it feels like yesterday, sometimes like another lifetime. The doorbell chimes. My writing group arrives first, Martha with her dog-eared copy of my memoir, Sasha with publishing updates tucked in her oversized purse, Thomas with his booming laugh that fills empty spaces. The birthday girl! Martha wraps her arms around me. No speech required today. I laugh, the sound still surprising me with its freedom. Just cake and conversation. And this. Sasha hands me a small package. Inside, a first edition Austen with a note. To the woman who found her voice. The garden fills with chosen family. My neighbor Howard brings his famous potato salad. My college roommate Judith flies in from Arizona. 3 women from my workshop arrive together, each carrying a Journal Me birthday tradition now, encouraging others to document their lives. The cake appears chocolate with buttercream roses. Happy 47th birthday, Clarissa, written in perfect script. No gold-rimmed anniversary decoration in sight. My phone buzzes in my pocket. A text from Trey. Happy birthday, Clarissa. I hope your day is special. Another from Dean and Vanessa. Thinking of you today. The boys made you cards. Nothing from Lorraine. Nothing from Yvonne. The absence stings less than I expected. A small package arrived yesterday, postmarked from Raleigh, my mother's precise handwriting on the label. Inside, a birthday card, the first in decades. The message simple: I see you now. I placed it on my mantle, neither enshrining nor discarding it, one step on a long road. Make a wish, Mom! Wren lights 47 candles, their flames steady in the still September air. I close my eyes. What to wish for when you've already claimed what was stolen? The flames blur through unexpected tear-snot sad ones, but the kind that come when something long broken begins to heal. To being seen, I whisper and blow. Around me, applause erupts. My gaze catches the reflection in the window glass, a woman holding a book in one hand, birthday candle in the other. Both the overlooked daughter and the woman who refused invisibility. For the first time in 47 years, I feel complete, unclaimed no more.